Namaste. Today we will discuss a line formation or a grid or network of lines that show steady progress in career or work. It could be business as well. But this grid or this line formation definitely shows that the person has a good career and he is steadily progressing in his life. But before we delve into it, we should look at the three principal lines which I have marked here. This is the Shukra Rekha, this is the Kuja Rekha, and this is the Jiva Rekha. Okay, now these three are the principal lines in the palm or the Pradhan Rekha in the palm. These principal lines are very important. The quality of the lines indicates quality of life. Well, one also can link this with the or the chart, astrology chart, where we look at the Lagnesh and the Lagna. Okay, Lagna and Lagnesh, if they are strong, unafflicted, devoid of any malefic influence, then in that case you will find that these three principal lines are very beautifully marked. Okay, this is one of the indications, and this also shows great prosperity by itself without any other lines. If these three lines are well marked, not thick, not unnecessarily, sometimes it's very very thick, in such cases you will see that the person has a hard life. All right, so coming to the point now, what I'm trying to indicate here is that we are looking at something where career or professional life is concerned. So the first point is I'm going to draw a Shani Rekha in black. Okay, Shani Rekha itself shows that the attitude towards work and the trajectory the person follows, or the trajectory of work or career or attitude towards work or prarabdha. It can mean a lot of things, okay, because Shani has got a lot of karakatva. So now one of them here we are looking at is the career or the professional life. The Shani Rekha ideally should be straight, which is what I've drawn here. Ideally uniform thickness should be there, but things vary. Now this formation, the grid formation which I'm going to show, the results may vary depending on if there are any cuts to the Shani Rekha, or if the Shani Rekha is thick somewhere, etc, etc, so things would change. Observe that I'm going to draw a line now here. Let's say there's a line starting from the moon and it joins, starting from the moon and it joins the Shani Rekha. Okay, it joins the Shani Rekha. This is very very good. This is very very good, because any line joining the moon, from the moon to the Shani Rekha, a little bit curved, if you observe, straight Rekha are not considered that beneficial when it concerns moon, okay, and joining the Shani. See, these are little things which you should be observing in palm. The other thing is that the thickness of this line is very important. It should be thicker at the base and taper out at the end where it meets the Shani Rekha. Okay, these are few things. Now there could be it may be disjoint, and then a small rekha comes and joins, okay, which is parallel. Of course it has to start here and then join. This means initial obstacles in earning money or difficulty in maintaining a relation, or it could mean some problems with the partner and then it becomes okay. Initial married life might be difficult and then lot of meanings are there. It also means prosperity. Okay, now this is one sign. The other one should be this one. If a line comes from the Shukra Rekha, if a line comes from the Shukra Rekha and joins. Now there are many ways in which this is seen. If you observe, if I draw a line like this and one of them and part of it crosses the Shani Rekha and reaches here, but a branch of it goes this way as I've shown here, see, and touches the Shani Rekha. This is also auspicious. Okay, this means something else. not to be revealed in this video. But what I'm trying to say is, if ideally it should just touch, sorry, it should just touch, and this one also should touch. These are the two very important indicators of prosperity. If you see such a formation, you can be 100% sure that the person is going to do very well in professional life. There are no doubts about it. Okay, coming to the next formation, suppose there is a progress line that goes towards the Jupiter. Of course, the quality of the progress line, etc., those are things which you have to study in depth. But if a progress line goes toward the Jupiter, and if any nadika rekha or any small line joins or gets connected with this from the Shani Rekha. That means if there is an interconnection with the Shani Rekha. Now, sometimes what happens is there could be some line like this. So the Shani Rekha might get connected here, and then from here it could get connected. This also shows that there is a connection, but it comes with lot of strings attached. Okay, the ideal formation should be a connection which is direct. Okay, and this connector is very important. These are the intricate details which I cannot mention in a Facebook post, or I cannot write, because palmistry is more visual. You need to have idea how things work, actually how things are. Now, if you look at this line, sometimes you will see that nadika rekha are involved. Thin nadika rekha are involved like this. This is also very good, provided there are no islands in the ridges. I hope I'm making my point clear. So we are going quite deep into this particular concept. So if there is a line that joins like this to the progress line, and it connects the Shani Rekha, definitely now with this additional formation you will see that the person reaches the top. Okay, and his progress will be much quicker. Suppose if this wasn't there, it doesn't mean that there is no progress, but the progress is slow and steady. He may reach a good position, but not really the best or the top. Okay, here with this particular formation, he's definitely going to reach a very very good position, and that too quickly. This is one of the formation. So in palmistry, you don't study lines standalone, like you don't have standalone formations. You need to study lines by interconnecting other lines, and there are hundreds of formations like this. I am making videos as well as some write-ups on different formations, but this is one of the formations that I have seen works very well when it concerns professional growth. So there are questions asked by people, will I grow professionally? Now there are a lot of things which people when they ask questions, they think that, oh, I have a very strong Shani Rekha, I have everything, this money trying, why I'm not getting success. It is not as simple as a line being drawn here, another line going, another. No, it doesn't work like that in palmistry. There are a lot of things. As you have read my Facebook posts and videos, you would have observed how I analyze a palm. It is not easy just by looking at a palm and by just looking at, oh, you have a beautiful heart line, you have a beautiful headline. It doesn't work like that. Okay, it doesn't work like that. I'll tell you why. Look at this heart line. Okay, let us look at the heart line here. I'll just give you an example, because see, when you look at a heart line, you have to go to this depth, because in the pre-mobile era, what people used to do is to use the mashi, that means ink. Okay, and then put the get an imprint. So in that imprint you could see lot of things which you can't observe, you won't be able to observe in the mobile pictures until and unless you zoom in. Now here you can see there is a major defect in the heart line. You can see there is a major defect in the heart line. You can see that from here it doesn't appear, but when you go deep into this, you will see now this is a major defect. Okay, like what kind of defect is this? Now let us see. This is how you start the analysis. Okay, this is a cut, or there is a this heart line has been divided into two. How has it been divided? Look at the tail portion of this. Okay, there's a tail in this. What else? And then there is this line. That means this tail is now getting connected and visualizing whom? Visualizing Mercury. Okay, so how do we go about it? Now it means that there is some problem with the Jivakarak as far as Ketu is concerned, and when Ketu is transiting the Mercury, then problems would arise. Do you get my point? But when will that happen? That will happen when you have to, when the Jupiter also has to be in trines. The progress Jupiter has to be seen, transit Jupiter has to be seen. So the interpretation of the line goes like this, or this formation goes like this. I'm just trying to tell you how things are analyzed in palmistry or astropalmistry, which is we call it BNN. So BNN astropalmistry, it's slightly different from the normal or the traditional palmistry. So I hope I have made my point clear. As we go into the future videos, we'll go and analyze a lot more. Dhanyawad.